Hey guys, how are you doing? I'm Gunjan, and today I'm not gonna teach you anything. Today I'm gonna share a story with you guys, and this is a real life story, so it's gonna be a bit emotional but also interesting as well at the end. So, this is basically my story on how I came to this path and how the spiritual awakening and spiritual healing journey, like how it started. So let's get into the story without any further delay. I was in a toxic relationship. It's like very common, I know. So the relationship was pretty long. Then I got married to that person. While I was getting married, I was the like happiest bride in the world. I thought I'm marrying my soulmate or something. But few months into the marriage, I discovered that um, it's really not working out, or he's lying. He was lying to me. He was actually addicted to drugs, and also he was pretty abusive. Like the marriage was really abusive, and really like there was always outbursts, and we were always like arguing and everything. The chaos was like too high, and I at that point of my life I had no idea what is narcissistic personality disorder. I didn't even know the word gaslighting. So the massive gaslighting that was like happening with me the entire time, I didn't know what is it. I have no idea, and I just tried to fix it. I was so much into that like relationship. I could not imagine my life without that person. So that was the best thing for me to do at that point, I thought. And in my culture or in my family, I won't be very much appreciated if I want to leave that. Also, I knew. Also, I loved him a lot, so I just wanted to make it work somehow. I wanted to fix it. I had this like a very intense savior complex from my childhood. I always imagined that uh, I have to save my mother somehow when I grow up. But it was not the case anyway. So, as a child, I was in this family dynamic. I had huge childhood traumas. So, in my relationship, it was just multiplying and mirroring back to me. That's it. Anyway, so at first, when things went wrong, I tried to fix it in many ways. Then I could not, and my mental health was going down and down and down. So I had my fair share of faults in this journey as well. Like, I have gaslighted myself a lot here. I have pushed myself into corners where it was not really necessary. I could have got out a lot earlier. I could have saved myself uh, a lot of those pains. To be honest, I there was no reason to take that much uh, abuse, that much verbal or emotional abuse in the first place. But anyway, the narcissistic personality disorder is something like that if you know about it. So, for a long period of time, the primary victim's brain gets hijacked, to be honest, and they don't think or they don't act very much rationally. They're controlled by their narcissist. So, yeah, I was like that, but I thought I was not. I was a very independent and strong woman. I used to think like that, but yeah, I was controlled by him totally. Then I was depressed. I caught him lying. I caught him betraying me, kind of every day, kind of every week, and he straight cut gaslighted me in front of my eyes that I'm crazy, something is wrong with me, it's my issue. So at a point he was successful, and I started believing that there is something wrong with me, there is something wrong with my mental health, and actually I am just doubting him. I'm just thinking he's lying, actually he's not. So I took myself to a therapist. Yeah, I took myself to a therapist, and that therapist, first the first session was not bad. She told me that yeah, the symptoms says that my partner is still an addicted person, and I have to tell family members and other people about this. I should tell them because this is a very like hard thing to deal with, and I cannot do it alone. So when I told my family and everything, he still did not come back or something, but he still tried denied, to be honest. Then again, I tried to make it work, but my condition got worse. Like I was super duper depressed, and I was having panic attacks at that point. Like when he was gaslighting me or manipulating me in some way, I used to get like super excited, super angry or something, anxious, maybe not even angry. And I used to feel like I cannot breathe, maybe. I'm not getting any air in my lungs. So at first, I used to think it's my asthma. Well, it was not. So I used to take inhaler, but later I discovered it was actually my panic attack. So that panic attack also continued. Like I used to have nightmares. I used to have horrifying nightmares. And I used to cry in my sleep. I used to shout and get up, and my ex gaslighted me about that as well. So at the end, what happened is one day he was um, verbally and emotionally abusing me over a call because I was going to a musical show with my sisters and I did not invite him as we were not in a very good term at that point, and he was abusing me about that. And then it just got into my nerve really bad, and I kind of I called my mom, and she also could not help me. It was just the like end of the world for me. The pain was so intense that I mm, I started thinking that there is no way I can survive this. There is nowhere I can go. So I almost um took my life that day. I thought for a long period of time. I planned how can I do that and everything. And at the end, somehow I called a friend of mine and I talked to her. We had a good friendship, and she knew about a lot of my issues at that point, and she supported me talking to her health. And then I got out from that house, and I was thinking where I can go, maybe a friend's house or something. But that day, when I did not take my life and I came back from that age, um, that was the last day I was in that relationship, emotionally or mentally, because I knew that maybe today I did not do it, but I'm gonna do it. Because I am not a person who does self-sabotaging behavior every now and then. I loved myself back then. Even I had this concept of self-love in me, and I'm not someone who is impulsive, who takes impulsive decisions. I'm not that person as well. So if I can go there, I can break like that. So it's bad. So finally I looked back to myself, and I decided that there are two choices here for me now. Either I can be in this relationship and die, or I can leave this relationship and leave. So I chose the second, the relationship or my life. The choice was between these two things, and thankfully I chose my life. And then I met my life coach before this day, to be before like 1 or 2 months before this, I guess. I had that gut feeling in me that she can give me a light of hope. So then I took a session with her next day. I talked to her. I enrolled in a course with her for like 2 months, which was like pretty expensive as well at that point. But I did that, And I went through that transformative journey of healing my wounds, healing my trauma from the root. I started healing my trauma from my childhood. I did inner child healing, then shadow work, then a transformative journey actually happened. I took training with her for 2 months, and then I did the rest, like kept on practicing those, kept on like learning more and more, reading more books, watching more contents, and taking like occasional sessions with her and healing myself and building a new life. I had to kind of drop my entire life at that point because I had my business which was connected with him, and it was my life at that point. It was my main career. I had to drop that. I left my house, my partner, obviously, the family I was living with, and then also my family, my parents were not supporting me. He kind of manipulated my parents as well. I won't blame that entirely on him because my parents are also adult human beings, and that it was their decision entirely. So yeah, I got no support, moral support from anyone. But I don't know what came into me. I don't know how I survived, but I did. And I kind of turned all my pain and transformed it into something beautiful. Now I am so happy and at peace. I have never experienced this much happiness in my entire life, to be honest. I took back the power of my life on my hand. I was not depending on anyone for taking any decision. I was not, like, my whole life made sense, because when I went to my life coach, she actually showed me like a mirror that the problems I'm having in my life right now with my partner, at that point, it was all rooted in my childhood. The childhood traumas I knew I had huge childhood traumas which I had to work on for a while, and I did not know I had that much even. Like when I started healing, the more and more layers came up, and I unfolded it and healed a lot of it. Healing is a continuous journey, I would say. But yeah, then my whole life, why these are happening with me, all made sense to me, and I kind of got the power within myself that I'm not my traumas, I'm not my wounds, I'm more powerful than that. I'm the consciousness, I'm the soul, and I have the power to rise above all this. So this realization and seeing my power actually helped me a lot. It actually gave me the light of hope for living and building a new life, because at that point I had like almost nothing, because I was a very codependent person as well, so I had always designed my life around the people I love, around my family, friends, or something, and always tried to live up to other people's expectation. I always tried to please or like keep my family members and other people satisfied around me so that like I can get loved or they love me in return or something. So these were also like realizations in my healing journey. But at that point, like being on my own totally was a very like strong decision I made. I kind of told everyone that my life is my life. I'm gonna take my decision on my own, and I took it. It was not easy. The healing journey was not easy at all. It was full of pain, full of like long nights. I got sick several times, but yeah, I got better. I got better, and better. And within the like 4 or 5 months into the journey, I have started seeing huge shifts in my life. My life like entirely transformed. I started glowing, trust me, I started glowing. My skin used to glow. Uh, Everyone used to say you look like your age has reduced. Then it was like a spiral, like I went up, down, up, down, up, down. But yeah, I never felt that helpless ever again. That's the most beautiful part of it. I have never felt this, that I cannot handle myself. I have to like leave this life. This something is unbearable or unmanageable in my life anymore. I have actually acknowledged my power as a human being, as a soul, and then I have learned the tools which made my life much and much easier. And then into the journey, when I am like in a position where I am healed a lot and I have built a better life for myself, now I felt that intense urge from within that what I have gone through and how I recovered was a very magical thing. And a lot of people around me are suffering without knowing that this is possible. And I just want to show them this is possible. I just want to put myself out there and I just want to help them in their journey of life. If anyone is feeling that they cannot survive, they cannot do it, I just want to guide them if they want to take that step to transform their life. So that's how I started this YouTube channel. I became a meditation teacher recently and I'm a spiritual coach as well. So, yeah, now I help people in their spiritual journey or their journey of life, you can say. And I am launching a course in December in which I'm gonna include all the tools that I have learned in this journey of transforming like my life. So that's my service towards the world, and I feel that this is the purpose of my life as well, to guide and to help people in their journey. So yeah, here I am. Hope to see you soon. Have a great day. Bye bye.